Hi, my name is Alberta Johnson, and what I'd like to talk to you about today is traffic stops. Have you ever been driving down the highway and you hear the siren and the blue lights are flashing, blue and red lights are flashing behind you, and you're like, oh, what happened? What did I do? Is it me? And you look at your speedometer and you wonder, was I speeding? Your mind's wondered. Well, I want to tell you what you need to do if you get pulled over by the police. And I want you to remember this, that how you act, what you say or do, your attitude, good or bad, has the potential to save time, property, and possibly a life. First thing I want you to remember is that when that policeman pulls you over, put yourself in his shoes. When he pulls you over, he has no idea if you're a grandma or a gangbanger. And according to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial Fund, traffic stops are one of the leading causes of police deaths. So the two things I want you to take away from this is that pull over to a safe place and don't say or do anything that can be seen as threatening to the police. So the first thing, after you see those lights flashing and you know he's trying to stop you, you signal that you have seen the policeman. That means put your flashers on, put your signal on, and proceed to get to the right side of the road. Always look for a wide shoulder, or a parking lot, or a side street. After you've pulled over, you stay in the car. And the police kind of are up in the air about this. I've talked to some that said, yeah, get out. They want you out of the car where they can see you. But I spoke with the officer, Jeff Mitchell, of the Malden Police Department, and he advises that you stay in the car for your safety, for his safety, and for your car's safety. Because you don't want your car to be hit if you open your door. You don't want to get hit yourself if you're standing on the side of the road, and you don't want the policeman to be hit. So after you get stopped, you're staying in the car. When you pull over, turn off your engine, turn on your dome light, and sit there. That's it. Don't start looking in your purse for your documents or your glove box. You sit there. And as you're sitting there, put your hands on the steering wheel in the 10 and 2 position. Put your hands where they're visible to the police officer, because he needs to know what's going on. Again, he doesn't know who you are. He doesn't know if you're a mass murderer or what. So you always put your hands where he can see them. Next, you need to stay calm, because if you get pulled over, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to panic. We're going to worry about who or what we've done, or if he's looking for somebody. So you need to stay calm. And remember, stay still and keep your hands where the officer can see them. As he approaches your car, make sure your window's down, dome light is on, because he needs to be able to see you and see the people that are inside the car. So you keep your answers short, because when he comes up, he's going to ask you, did you know how fast you were going, or do you know why I pulled you over? Well, if you're planning on fighting a ticket, keep your answers short. But be polite. You can be short and be polite. And what else you need to do is that when you're reaching for your documents, number one, you wait for him to ask you for your documents. Don't start rambling like I said before. And the best thing is to keep them maybe in a Ziploc bag or something in your glove box, so you can reach in and get them and hand them to him. Move deliberately. Don't do anything threatening. Also, which you guys are not old enough for that, conceal and carry. If you have a gun on your body or your person or in your purse or whatever, let him know. And he might ask to keep that gun while he's doing his traffic stop. And again, I'm saying again, after you've reached into the glove box, make sure you put your hands back on that wheel. One more thing you shouldn't do is don't argue with him. If you want to argue with him, wait till you go to court. This is not law and order. It's not night court. You need to make sure if you have a disagreement, wait till you go to court. After he's told you what you've done and check your documents, because he'll look at your driver's license, he'll run it and all that stuff, make sure you don't have any warrants. He's going to come back with what we call a citation, and it will tell you what you did or what he says that you did. Sign it, because people say, a lot of people don't want to sign it because they feel like they have not admitted if they feel like if they sign it, they have admitted to being guilty. You're not in court. Again, this is just acknowledging that he stopped you and said you were going 85 in a 70-mile-an-hour zone or whatever, or you didn't stop at that light. So acknowledge that by signing it. And again, don't argue with it. After all this is said and done, you take a deep breath. The police officer is going to go back to the car and finish writing up the citation. Now you have to merge back into traffic. Signal that you're going back into traffic. You know, put your signal lights on, look behind you, and merge back into your traffic. The best thing, or the thing to be safe. We're all going to get stopped. If you haven't ever gotten stopped, it's going to happen. I've been stopped a couple of times, and usually it was for speeding. So watch your feet. Don't be heavy on the gas pedal. Just be safe. And just remember, how you act, what you do, what you say, all of this has the potential to save a life. Because we all want to go home at the end of the day. Thank you.